birding in Acadia is definitely very exciting for me on many levels. First, you have a diversity of habitats. You've got rolling hills, craggy rocks, open ocean for seabirds, mud flats for shorebirds, and then you have a blend of mixed forest, everything from spruce boreal forest to oaks and maples, and this diverse habitat on this little chunk of land really leads to amazing bird diversity.
It's just such a magnificent place. I love the northern forest, the northeast forest, the oak and the aspen and the birch and the beech. It's such a wonderful, fresh. Just everything about it is renewing.
The Acadia Birding Festival is located at Acadia National Park, which is a huge draw for a lot of people. It is a beautiful park, just gorgeous scenery. We have mountains, we have the ocean, and we have gorgeous views like this, sailboats flying, sailing by. So it is a lovely place to visit.
You got the park, which is a draw, no doubt. You got the island, which has a lot of history, which you got certainly the ocean, and so many of these people are coming from the Midwest, and we get, Texas. I realize it has water, but the Gulf is not the Atlantic coast, and you have Ohio and all of these places which don't have a big tide run there. So unless they're going to wait for a high tide, they got to come east or west.
And it's a nice time of year for them to be here. I mean, Maine, the spring in Maine is just absolutely fabulous. The colors.
Seeing birds in action on their breeding grounds. That's what makes this place so important. We have Ecuador as a wintering ground. We have Cuba as a wintering ground. We have the northern forest of Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York as the breeding grounds for all of these neotropical migrants.
Lots of warblers nesting. So that's one of the specialties. Folks from further south might see these warblers passing through, but we get to see them nesting here. And from Blackburnian warblers to northern parulas, black-throated green warblers, magnolia warblers, all these different warblers on the land. And then we go off on the pelagic trip, and many people come to the festival to see the Atlantic puffin. And we do go to an island called Petite Manan, where we see the Atlantic puffin, and we also see razorbills and lots of black guillemots and various terns, including hopefully a roseate tern, which is very special. Out in the ocean, we may see Jaegers, parasitic Jaegers or Pomeranian Jaegers, skuas. We've had numerous ocean-dwelling birds, and we search for those the best we can each year.
And we have just phenomenal guides and keynote speakers because, the truth is they like to come here too. Just like the other birders, they don't get to see Atlantic puffin all the time, so they love coming here.
You really have an assortment of guides who bring different skill sets, none of which are better than the other. They're just different, and it makes for a really complete field experience.
It's a thrill to show people not just a life bird, but to see a bird really well. And one of the things that I like is that, at least on my field trips, we try to stop and teach. So it's not just, let's see this bird, let's see that bird. Let's look at these things. Let's look at the field marks and improve on that book knowledge.
The camaraderie, both with guides that come from all over the country and the pairings on each trip of having someone locally with someone from away is really fun, and it's just developed over the years as a great kind of reunion for the guides that getting to know better and better, and also with just having new people, whether they're new to birding or people who are looking for certain species. But it's great to get out and share not just about the birds, but also the ecology of the island and the trees and other plants and other types of animals. So I like to take a more kind of holistic approach about what we're seeing, focusing on birds, but other stuff too.
Okay, well, the Acadia Birding Festival is designed to handle any birder level. So we have beginner birders, we have expert birders, we have expert guides.
And when leaders are pointing that out, we say,
Blackburnian warbler, and this is why, and give a description or impression of the sound. And people can match, you know, that sound to the burst, and they can keep asking questions. The guides here are just so excited to share and so excited to reach out and teach and say, you know, make sure that if you don't see the bird, you know, tell us, because we want to get you on that bird for scope views and just amazing views. So we focus on common birds, and we do trips where it's for beginner birders specifically, but any beginner birder can join any of the trips because it's geared for everybody, and the guides are super nice and will help with any identification. There's always 2 to 4 guides on each trip, so you can attach to someone that will help you out, and even if you have never birded before.
It's been having people that are really knowledgeable and can say, this is what you're listening for, this is what you're listening to, this is how it goes, and then that's what species it is. It really helps. And then lo and behold, they come in and you get to look at them and actually see it. So having guides like that has been really helpful and just unbelievably good learning experience.
I love the Acadia Birding Festival. It's a small, tight-knit festival, and so it gives you a chance to have a more intimate experience with the people you're birding with, as well as what a delight to walk around and be serenaded by parulas and black-throated green warblers and hermit thrushes. Oh, the hermit thrushes are just the best.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels good and connected, and it's a nice community of people that you get to know throughout. And I know, you know, every year when I'm thinking about the shows that I'm going to go to, Acadia Birding Festival is always, you know, one of those ones where it's like you get up here in this, you know, boreal forest type, and, you know, you've got crisp mornings, and by midday it's warmed up, and then, you know, you're in the forest, and suddenly you're out in a wet meadow with bobolinks, and then now you're on a boat looking at puffins. It's really just a fun show to be at.
It's really been inspirational to me to be here at the Acadia Birding Festival, because here you see so many people who've come from so far to come to Maine, to be close to the sea, to learn about what's happening. Both the birds, the seabirds, of course, is a big part of it, but also to learn about bird conservation and to learn messages such as the message that I give with Project Puffin, that people need to be stewards of the land, not just now, but moving into the future. Wildlife needs us, and they need us to be proactive, they need us to do the right thing, and they need to do it ongoing.